Star, I think is what we were all chatting about it on our message thread. And I really am so new. I didn't really have the answers. So
Yeah, no, that's you kind of hit on it. The two star is really like more important than diamond. Diamond is fantastic, right? Diamond is a big milestone for your business, but typically diamond is not going to affect your income like two star diamond will affect your income. Okay, so I don't know. Do you want me to talk about that a little bit, or like?
yeah,
Okay, okay,
start, and then I think people will have questions as you're talking. We'll just kind of
okay.
throw in questions whenever you want.
That's fine. That's totally fine. And if you have questions about what I say, just stop me and ask, because I'll try to explain everything as best I can. I would be the first to say I'm not great at explaining this stuff. But the reason why two-star diamond is a big milestone for most coaches is it allows you to open up a second business center. Okay, so did you guys know that you're allowed to open up a second business center? So it's basically like sponsoring yourself. Okay. And you can place that business center anywhere you want in your organization. But what's great about that is, let's just say Michelle's really close to getting two-star diamond. So when she gets two-star diamond, she's going to be able to sponsor herself. So she's going to have another account with Beachbody where she's going to place all of her new sales, right? So why that is great is when she sells a Shakeology, let's say, she gets the commission from that, the $30 or whatever. And then she also gets volume that pushes up to her Terry's account because she's going to strategically place it so that it hits on Terry's account and her original business center. So she gets paid 3 times on one sale. That's what this is all about. This is all about maximizing each sale, and it's compounding the growth of your team. Okay. You guys with me on that, or do you want me to maybe back up even a little bit and talk about, team cycle bonus, or where you
maybe do that, because there is a couple girls, new coaches, which is awesome. I'm so glad you guys decided to jump on here. So maybe back up a little bit, and then that'll lead into the more advanced stuff.
Okay.
Like maybe just a brief team cycle bonus.
Okay. So team cycle bonus is really what you should be paying attention to and striving for in your business. It's really like the reward of building your team, right? So what that is every time anyone, anywhere in Amy's organization sells anything, there's a team cycle value established with it. Typically, it's the coach price. So say you sell something that's, let's just use Shakeology, for example, which has a coach price of like $90. It's 90 team volume for that, okay? So every time you have 200 on one side and 100 on the other, and you are a diamond coach, you make $18, okay? So basically your team sold $300 of coach price worth of products. You make $18, okay? For you math nerds, that works out to be about 6%. Okay, so you get 6% of your team. So, this is what I always tell coaches, and this was the best advice Amy got in the beginning, is really focus on building your team. Don't, obviously retail is important, and retail is what's going to drive your checks in the beginning of your business. But don't lose sight of the fact of, that the real life-changing money is going to come from building a team of like-minded coaches like yourself that are into the business, that are business builders, because that's where the real money in this business is. It's hard to make a living, to do this full-time just on retail sales alone, even though in the beginning, retail sales, especially this time of year and over the next 6 months, retail sales can be a big part of your business. That's totally fine. But where you really make the magic is turning those retail sales, and Michelle is great at this, is turning the retail sales into coaches who see the value in this business like you do. So just to simplify, it's 200 on one leg and 100 on the other equals $14 for an emerald coach or $18 for a diamond coach. Okay, so why would you want to do that? Or why would you want to sponsor yourself, or worry about where your husband is placed? It's all about maximizing that team volume. there's certain spots in our team where a Shakeology is sold and we get double or triple the volume because we have 3 accounts. And that's what you want in this business. That's how you can make the most amount of money. It's really all about just maximizing each sale. And so that's that. But if you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer. I even have a couple of charts if you guys are more visual people, if you want to look at it and see what it actually looks like. So it's up to you guys. Just let me know what you want, what I can do for you.
Are you shaking your head, Heidi? We can't hear you.
Me? Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I muted myself. I don't know why I did that. Yes, visuals are great. I love visuals.
Okay.
That's all I was going to say.
Can I share my screen? Let me see it. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is just a real basic slide of a typical organization, right? This would look a lot like a diamond, like a new diamond coaches team, right? So you see you've got you in the green, okay? And then you've got a left leg here, which is orange, and you've got a right leg here, which is red, okay? So you've also got your sponsor up here, and you notice that you, on this chart, sit on your sponsor's right leg, okay? So that means that your right leg is going to be shared with your sponsor. So that leg is going to grow quicker than your left leg, okay? Because, in theory, if you're sponsored by someone that's working the business actively, they're going to place coaches at the bottom here, like where this arrow is, that you don't have any responsibility for, you don't have to worry about, but they sit on your right leg. And every time they sell something, it feeds up. Can you guys see my cursor as well, or no?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. All right. So just getting back to the 200 and 100. So say you've got 5 coaches here, and they all sell a Shakeology HD in a week. So they all get 90 PV in a week. So you've got 360 on your right leg over here. And let's just say, what do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got 6 on the other leg, and they do the same thing. You've got 450 on the other. Okay, so you've got 450 on one, you've got 360 on the other. Every time one side hits 100 and the other hits 200, you're going to get 1 cycle. Okay. Now the real magic here is going to come from where you place. The magic is in regard to doubling up these bonuses. And what I really want you guys to try to understand, and this is real complicated. Like I get if you don't understand this, just feel free to follow up on this or ask any questions. But the real magic can come with this strategy that I've been working with Michelle on. And that is, so you've got this real strong leg over here with red, okay? Like this leg is going to get built up quicker in theory than the orange leg, right? So you place your spouse or whomever. If you don't have a spouse, you can place your mom or a family member or whoever in one of these top spots in yellow on your weak leg. It's called weak because it's not typically going to grow as quickly as your strong leg. Okay. So you place the spouse over here, and then the spouse starts building down this yellow leg. All of these yellow coaches here pay you just the same. Like it contributes to your legs just the same as if you would have sponsored them. So these yellow coaches are contributing to your spouse, and they're contributing to you. Like Terry is sitting here on the 3rd spot. Let's just, for example, in orange, he's getting team cycle bonuses as well off these orange coaches that are below him and these yellow coaches that are built on his leg. Okay. Now the magic comes when you are allowed to get a second business center, and you can put that second business center anywhere in your organization, right? So that's like, we'll use Michelle as an example. Michelle's going to sponsor Michelle 2. She's going to have a second account to put wherever she wants. Now, the best place for her to put this person is all the way down at the bottom of the yellow here. And the reason for that is that Michelle 2, every time she sells anything, it's going to contribute to her husband's team cycle bonus sitting right here in the 3rd position in orange. And it's also going to contribute to her up here in green. So every time she sells something, she's gonna get 2 contributions to her team cycle bonus on one on her husband's account, one on hers. And she's also going to get the commission. So it's really like you're tripling up on this. And that only that, the coaches that make the real huge money in this business have 3 or 4 of these business centers, because as you can see, as you keep placing these in the right strategic spot, these things can grow. This business can grow very, very quickly, and you can really get huge amounts of value off one sale at the bottom of your organization. Does that make sense, or is that kind of over you guys' head? Because I can really go into whatever you guys think here. Does that make sense, or am I kind of over your head a little bit? It's kind of confusing, I guess.
For me, it makes sense. It's just, at what point do you do that? And like, at what point do you stop adding coaches on on your first business center, and you just start, I guess, building your second business center as soon as you're able to?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So you're only allowed to open a second business center when you reach the rank of 2-star diamond. So the day you get 2-star diamond, somebody will reach out to you, and we'll figure out how to get that second business center open as soon as possible. And then what you do is typically what you would do is you would start building your second business center, try to get that to diamond as quickly as possible, because that also counts as a diamond for you. So so your first business center so Heidi 1, we'll say, would sponsor Heidi 2, the second account. You'd have 2 accounts that look exactly like your current Coach Online office. They would just have different logins and everything. And you try to get the Heidi 2 account to diamond as quickly as possible. We focus on building Amy's second business center almost until we can get that to 2-star diamond. We've had no luck on this account at all, but that's what you would do, is you would build that account as quickly as possible to 2-star and just keep that. They always say, 5 2-star diamond accounts would make way more money. That's how you get to $1 million in this business. It makes way more money than 1 10-star diamond account because of the compounding, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
You can kind of use your husband's account as a business center as well, right? Like
Absolutely.
I've built Terry so he's one of my diamonds to get me to 2-star. So
yeah.
It's kind of like a second business center in a way. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Most times when coaches make it to 5-star diamond, most times when they first get there, it will be with 3 diamonds on their own and a spouse and a second business center.
Yeah.
Now, you can get there all different kinds of ways, but typically most coaches like to control and typically what I always tell Michelle too is you want to plan for the fact that 2 of your diamonds are going to be on 1 leg. So this is another sort of complicated thing to think about, but in order to get to 2-star diamond, your diamonds have to be split. You have to have 1 diamond on each leg. Okay. So you can't have them both together. So you can't have, typically your spouse and your second business center are going to be on the same leg. So you can't, so they certainly help you get to 5-star diamond, but you've got to make sure you've got those business builders on your strong leg as well, because they're typically going to, your spouse and your second business center are typically going to sit on your weak leg.
That's why I've been kind of trying to say, when everybody's getting to diamond, like maybe don't overthink it too much. Like I think lots of people are trying to get everything on their weak leg, but I still say make sure you have some stuff on your strong leg, because you need a diamond there as well.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I know there's that tendency when you have a strong leg where you're getting volume there and you've got carryover volume. The tendency is to stack your weak leg. And that's why Beachbody set this up, is that so you can't stack your weak leg to get the rank, if that makes sense. You have to split up your strong coaches so that you can get the next rank, if that makes sense. Because you can have, Amy knows a coach that has 8 diamonds on 1 leg and 1 diamond on another, and is not 5-star diamond. They're 4-star diamond, because you've got to have them split, so that.
That's a painful situation.
Tell me about it. Imagine that being right. Imagine that. And she's been like that for a long time, and just has no luck. you know. And yeah, I mean, what I would say about that too is that in this business, to have real success, you really got to never stop recruiting. Like that's what we've seen. We've seen so many coaches get to diamond and then be like, "Whoa, this is awesome," you know, this is great, and then they sort of stop what got them there, and they fall apart. The whole thing, because diamond is, you're really so dependent on your own coaches to get that rank. You've really got to keep going, because inevitably folks will put their Shakeology on hold. You know, you'll have inactives. You've really got to keep going once you get there, and that's when you have the real success with this business.
Awesome.
So I have another slide here that shows also just sort of the spouse, and let me see if I can, yeah. So just in this slide, this is sort of the same thing I was showing before. It's got a strong leg where you put your spouse right at the top of your weak leg, build down the spouse's leg, and then when you're able, put that second business center. Keep in mind, all of these coaches are going to contribute to your team cycle bonus. So you know, in this, you know, these coaches that are sitting down here on this second business center contribute to the second business center, contribute to the spouse's weak leg, and then also contribute to the primary account. So anyone that sells on, you know, down here on this second business center, you're getting paid there, you're getting paid there, you get paid there, and you also get the commission. You know, so as you can see, that's where the real magic happens. Somebody that's like 15-star diamond that has, let's just say all these are diamonds, that's great. You've got all this volume flushing into this one account, right? That's awesome. But you're not tripling up the cycles. You know, you're not getting that triple bonus off each sale on the second and third and fourth business centers. When Amy was having a chat last year with like a 15-star diamond, and Amy was making more money than the 15-star diamond at the time. Everybody thinks like that's the way to go. Like that's the way to make the most money. The way to make the most money in this business is really to stack the business centers on top of each other and let your rank just happen organically.
So how many business centers are you allowed to have?
25, I think. So that's just not really nobody. We don't know anybody that has more than 5, or you know, I'm sure that maybe there are people, but it's not that easy. I'll give you, well, I shouldn't say that. I should say, you know, don't get discouraged, because this business can be difficult. You know, Amy got her first 5-star diamond. I think she had like 35 coaches total. And then she's sitting on this second business center and has just had no luck with this second business center at all. And she's sponsored like 100, 150, something like that. And really, you know, is having a hard time with it. So it comes in streaks. But what I would say is, like, if you can create the momentum with your team, like you guys, this team has amazing momentum right now. So you guys will do great. You guys will, you know, be able to kind of keep continuing that and keep, you know, you'll see more coaches pop to diamond, and you'll have multiple multi-stars, I'm sure, this coming year. It's all about the momentum though. Keeping those coaches, you know, interested in this business. That's really where it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard to figure out who's going to be, like, when you sign a coach. For me anyways, my conversations are mostly around, and we talked about this kind of at our last Team Fit Meet call, but it has been mostly around getting the discount, and not necessarily, because I'm so new, like I've been focusing too much on that rather than, you know, this is a great business opportunity, and really go that way. So I think that's where I really need some more development on, is how do you bring coaches in that actually want to be a business builder, so that you are putting them on the right side of your leg, or
right.
Yeah, the
and
right
sometimes
leg.
It's a numbers game too, Heidi. Like sometimes it's you really want to support your coaches. You really want to have good systems, and you guys have good systems in Team Fit Meet to really support your coaches and really get them interested. So, because you'll never know how great someone's going to be if you kind of ignore them. And I'm not saying you do, but I think we've been guilty of this sometimes when we get really busy, and it's kind of just like only the strong survive kind of. And, you know, you'll see that when really things kind of get going sometimes, you know, especially in like January and February, you know, you've got so much going on, and, you know, there's only so much of you to go around. And, you know, you can't, one thing I've learned though, is like, you can't make them want it. What I've learned is if you really kind of stick around and get those Success Club numbers and really are inviting to the opportunity, eventually you'll just find the right ones. And you'll certainly always get those discount coaches as well, but the business builders are really what make it happen for your business. And it's hard to say, where you'll find them, but just keep inviting to the opportunity, keep filling those challenge groups, and you'll run into it, because you'll attract those people. You're really into the business, you've done super well with it, so you'll gain that trust with your coaches. You'll find them. You can't not, right? Wouldn't you say something like along those lines, Michelle? Like, how do you find all these awesome Team Fitnikers all the time? It's hard to explain, isn't it?
I honestly think you attract like people. I mean, Heidi, we talked about this a lot on Friday, right? Like, I just think, I don't know. I don't do anything. Like, I feel like I talk about it and am passionate about it, and I don't know, people just want to try it. But you never ever know. Like, Heidi, you were going to be a discount coach. Don't bug me, Michelle. I just want the discount. And like the second day you were Emerald. You just don't know who's gonna do it and who isn't. You just want to give everyone the opportunity. I think the thing that I've learned is do not prejudge anybody, because you just never know. Like, I have some people that are coaches now that I would never have thought would want to do it, and they're doing it big time. So it's just getting the confidence up to talk about it. And I get where you're at, because I remember feeling the same way. The only thing I would talk about was the discount, and then I would hope like magically it would happen.
Yeah.
But as you do it more, you do kind of just get a little bit more confident about talking about it, about the business instead of the discount.
Yeah.
Kind of one of those, like, just step outside of your comfort zone and just do it. And every time you do it, you get stronger and stronger and more comfortable.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I have someone in my group right now who, like, she's just calling out to me that she would be awesome at this. So, but I'm always afraid that I scare people off because I overtalk, and I don't know how to gradually, like, there's been a few conversations now where I feel like I'm starting to, like, say a couple things, but then I feel like I'm either too vague and then don't carry on the conversation long enough, or else I jump in and then I overtalk and then probably scare them off. So I don't know how to find the balance of, I don't know. So I'm like dreading this one because I feel like she's like so perfect, and I'm so afraid I'm gonna scare her off because I'll talk. I get excited when I find someone who I think would be good. And then, so really, and that was kind of my two-part of that, is if they are, she's loving Shakeology, but I shouldn't even start off with talking about the discount, right? Start off talking about the opportunity versus the discount, or do you talk about the discount first and then? Like,
I just had this happen today, actually. There's a girl that kind of came to me through her sister. And I mean, I've literally known her for like 3 days. We've been talking, and she got the hammer and chisel sounds pack. And basically, I just said to her this morning, I'm like, you would be so good at this. You should try coaching. And you probably think I'm crazy. You're probably laughing at me right now, but I just had to tell you. And she's like, no, I don't think you're crazy. I think this is awesome. I'm so excited to talk to me about it. So, I mean, like, my message was like 3 sentences.
Like, and that's something I try and keep it like that. Like, oh, you'll probably think I'm crazy, blah, blah, blah. I'm just not finding the people that are interested yet. So, like, when I do that, like, that's what I mean. If I'm too, I feel like if I go that route, then I'm being too vague, because then they're not responding at all, or they're not really asking more. But I just haven't hit the right people that are actually interested.
Like, I ask a lot of people. I talk about it a lot. So it's not like I ask one person a week. At the very minimum, I ask one person a day. So there's lots of people that don't respond or say, yeah, you are effing crazy. Like, no,
not all people volunteers, right? Like, it's all sorts of people.
Pardon?
Are they most people from your challenge groups, or?
No, I ask everybody. Like, if I see someone on Facebook that I see they're posting recipes or posting fitness stuff, I start talking to them about it. Like, I mean, I don't just my first message. Right. I will. Well, my last few coaches.
I probably have more people that I talk to about it that haven't been in my challenge groups than people that are, and there's a few that like they should be like, and you're like, I don't know how to explain it more. Like, I don't know how, like there's this one girl, and I don't even know where they live, north someplace, and her friend are both. They've been in one function in my free group, and she posts like her progress pictures in my seniors group all the time. And they this other friend then she added to the group, and she like basically that they get together and they motivate each other and they do tough mutters. And I'm like, oh, is she like your friend? Oh, no, it's just a friend to motivate. And so I'm like, well, that's exactly talk to her about it, but yeah, I don't know. And say, are you sure you don't want to do this? Like, I really would like the event. Like, I feel like I start to sound desperate. I don't know.
No, I mean, have you ever thought about crafting it like, have you ever thought about doing what I do? Or Amy's got lots of scripts. Most times people are not going to be put off by that.
It's stuff like, if they don't, they're like, oh, thanks for thinking of me. But they don't really give you a yes or no. I don't know how to follow. I don't know.
Are you talking about through Facebook message?
Yeah.
One thing to consider is when you get a message that you don't know how to respond to, put Amy and Michelle or whoever on a thread on Facebook message and say, what would you do to respond to this? Because I promise you, Amy has seen it all. Michelle has probably seen it all at this point too. In that, there's sometimes different minds will like look at the text differently or think of a different way to respond to it. And just don't be afraid to use your resources to figure this out and kind of get past this, because it sounds like it is. It sounds like you're worried, and I do this myself sometimes. Like what they're going to think by being asked, or it's going to be awkward. And a lot of times people are honored to be asked. Like if you say, like, gosh, I was thinking about you the other day. I thought you would be great at doing what I do. If you ever thought of it, that almost never is the response negative. It's usually, positive, or sometimes, like you said, it's sort of vague, or you just move on to the next one. Like there's no way that I know of to have a really strong business without getting a lot of no's, getting a lot of rejection. I mean, you should see Amy in October. It was like, every single day it was like 50 to 100 rejections in her Facebook message, and that's just fine. I mean, those people are buying that. It's all about how you look at it. I think eventually you'll kind of just be like, not even care about that at all, kind of move on, and that's that, and know that it's not no, it's just not right now. You got somebody in the dark over here. Tanya's like,
yeah, that's me. I'm sorry.
Sounds like a horror movie's going on in the background.
I'm walking around with my laptop.
I think somebody just got murdered. Yeah. Sorry.
I'll mute myself.
Michelle, you need a new active. Yeah. Girl down. There you go.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Brian, with your slides earlier, the last slide, is that like the...
Can you still? Am I still screen sharing?
No, you're not.
Okay, so the last slide, can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what it's called, graphical genealogy. Now, I'm willing to bet I'm the only guy in this webinar here that has ever looked at this screen. Anybody ever looked at it? So this is what, okay, that's good actually, because it's kind of confusing. This is what your legs actually look like. So as you can see here, let's just say Michelle is Claire here at the top, and she's got a left leg and a right leg. Okay. And you can see this is how they look. If you ever want to check out and see what your graphical genealogy looks like, go in Coach Online Office. At the top, there's a link for, I can't remember if it's under My Business. It's probably another. And this is where you can find it. So this is what the actual, it's called a binary system, looks like. So, when Michelle signs a coach on her left leg, it goes all the way to the bottom. when, you know, whoever's on her right leg signs a coach, they go all the way to the bottom. This is what I'm looking at, Michelle, when I'm saying, you know, place someone in this spot or that spot, because your business, you can place coaches wherever you want. Okay. So Michelle's been doing this strategy. Let's just say Amanda was Terry. So she's been placing her new coaches in a spot where it hits on Terry's weak leg so that she can maximize his team cycle bonus. So I was just seeing this week, you know, like Terry's team cycle bonus was really strong because of all the value and all the coaches that were being placed on it. She's able to double up, you know, each volume in sales. That's all that this slide is. This just goes to show you how to set your preferred placement. Typically, I would recommend not even touching this because you don't want to make a mistake and like strand a coach like in here in the middle accidentally. If you have questions about this, just ask me or Michelle or whoever, and we'll make sure we get them placed in the right spot for you.
And you have 5 days to change it, so don't.
Yeah.
If a coach signs up and you feel like, oh my God, they're not in the right place, you have 5 days to call Brian.
You do. I think it's, and I will fix. I will try my best to fix it.
I stalk him until he answers my messages.
No, you know I answer your messages.
Oh my God, yeah, he answers that way. But I usually do not.
For example, like if you were to place a coach in one of these X's, like let's say you placed a coach in this X right here, you're really kind of screwing them in the long run because they're not getting, you know, as John Lefferts here builds out his team and Claire Lefferts builds out their team down this right leg, this coach that's stranded here on this X is not sharing that team volume because it's going to go all the way down that leg. So anytime, you know, Claire's next coach and all the coaches after that get, you know, make sales and sign up team members, that volume flushes up all the way this right side. Well, Coach X here stranded in the middle is not going to get any part of that because it only goes straight up the line, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I mean, we had a coach where we accidentally did that. It was completely our fault, and we had them put there. And, you know, that coach wouldn't have gotten any benefit from being on. So we want to make sure that when you first start doing this, to sort of maybe reach out to me or Michelle. Maybe we can make sure that this is done properly because it's not the most user-friendly system or easy. You know, it's not the easiest system to really understand for a new coach. Does that make sense to you, Terry? You're looking like that's like.
Yeah, no, it does. I was. Yeah, I guess just reinforcing that the spouse on the first level is, if you can, like sometimes it doesn't make sense for everybody, but getting them right there, then everything afterwards. Like Michelle had, I don't think I was one of your first, was I?
Well, you're on not the best side, but it's working out fine.
Right.
Yeah, you guys did it a little differently, but it's fine. It worked out fine. It worked out fine for you guys, and I mean, it doesn't always go I stupidly canceled my account early on in Amy's business, and we didn't even have we didn't even have my account when Amy got 2-star diamond. So, and that cost us a lot of money. I mean, I don't want to say it's ridiculous. Getting this right from the beginning is super, super important for a business builder who is really like seeing the value of this business because, you know, the mistakes that we made early on in the business cost us now. And I'm obsessed with making sure that like when Michelle was building that, it's the right way so that once she puts in all this hard work and she gets to 2, 5 and beyond, that she gets paid for that. You know, like that's the point of this business is to really build that residual income, you know, so that you have it. It's fantastic. It's the greatest thing ever. Did you guys have a record week this week, by the way? Are you going to, you think?
Yeah.
Us too.
Yeah.
I mean, the launches are really where this business is. I mean, the launches, and then, you know, the couple months afterwards, you're really going to see that big jumps in your business for sure. And then, obviously there's some seasonality to it, but you really see the huge gains in like February, March, where you really make those big jumps.
Yeah. I think the launches, that is something that is so important. Like my size month was actually going to be bigger than probably Hammer and Chisel. Like I don't even like size. Does anybody like size actually? But that was like a crazy month for me. I think I was Success Club 70, but I think it was because of what I did before that month. Like talked about it just so much that people were just obsessed with it.
And the real value there, though, is like you don't always see the huge jump in your business like the month that the program drops. You'll go, it's getting those good Success Club numbers for 4 or 6 weeks straight, and then or whatever, 2 months straight, and then really going after it in those challenge groups, and then finding those great coaches, and then next thing you know, you're signing or recruiting 5 or 10 coaches a month, like you are, and that's really how our business is built. Some coaches will recruit people or prospects or whatever you want to call them that haven't been through the challenge groups. That's really never worked all that well for us, but we've seen it work for other coaches. So, but that's really our business model, is kind of go, get those challenge packs, get Amy runs great challenge groups, and really focus on that and find those coaches in the challenge group to really build the business.
It did work for you once, a person.
At one time in 2014, right? That's true. You are the exception, though. You know that.
I know. For sure. It's hard. You always have to have them know the culture, I think.
But you had done the programs also. Like you had that.
Yeah, I knew Beachbody well.
Yeah, we're still looking for more of you. We haven't found any yet, but we're still on if you know anyone.
On the lookout. Oh, no way. I'm going to nab them up first.
That's okay. That's fine with us.
Are you guys planning on doing a 60-day challenge group for Hammer and Chisel?
I'm not, no.
That's a hard thing to do. I mean, as a veteran of this business, it's a grind to do a 60. And I have never run a challenge group, right? But I've watched Amy do like a billion of them. So, but like back in the day before 21 Day Fix, that was they had 90-day challenge groups for P90X. And generally the best advice I can give you is maybe think about doing like a 30-day group and then having like a larger group to push those in after the first 30 days, because you drive your business when you're really promoting and filling challenge groups. You don't want to take away too much time, managing, because think about how many 60-day challenge groups you can fill, and then you've got to manage those for a full 60 days. That could be a real grind, especially if you're working or whatever. You have everybody has other stuff going on. So,
yeah.
I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, Michelle? Do you do?
My longest are 30. They're like, I usually do like the 21-day fix, but I'll say it's a 30-day group. We'll just do a pre-game week. And then,
even though it's only 28.
That's really only 28. My math is really bad. They get the gift out of 2 days.
She's only been called on it once that I can recall.
Someone said, wasn't this supposed to be 30 days? No, it was.
Did they accuse you of shortchanging them? That sounds like a good one.
You can have me every day.
Was that Heidi that did that? That was Heidi.
That was Heidi.
No way.
Carla?
No. But yeah, I'm just going to do 30 days, and then I'll probably just move them into my Lifetime Fixers group. And I'll just kind of combine that. I'll make it like a Lifetime Hammer and Fixers group.
Yeah, that's exactly what Amy does for like 21 Day Fix. And when longer programs were really popular, that was sort of the best way to manage it all, just so you don't have, because back in the day, like Amy would have like 5 or 6 separate challenge groups running for like Insanity or whatever, these 60-day programs, and it becomes too consuming. Like you'll stop looking for new business or meeting new people because you're having to manage these groups all the time.
Yeah.
Right. So this is different because it's like we've been so focused on 21 Day Fix, you guys, for 2 years, And, the other programs have sort of been like, oh, great. Yeah, that's good. Let's get back to 21-day fix. With this one, I think Amy and a lot of coaches are really, really psyched about and are going to really go full on at. But I think, that's a great question because a lot of the newer coaches have never really done a 60-day program or managed a 60-day program. Am I still screen sharing here? I'm sorry. I don't know how to unscreen share, so if you want to just take me off of it, or I don't know what I'm doing with this program. I have no idea. I'm lucky I even made it on. I don't know how to do. Amy always manages this for me. Right here. Stop share. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Does anybody else? I know we didn't want this to get too long. Everyone wanted to go to bed early. We're all early birds. Any other questions? No? Did it all make sense and we just know what we're doing now?
Clear
If
as
it
mud.
doesn't make sense, that's totally fine. It
doesn't make sense to me sometimes.
shoot me a message or whatever, and say I got this new coach. She's going to be great. I want to maximize. What do I do? Or where do I place this next coach to make? Because I'm really thinking about getting the 2-star diamond. Where do I put the next coach? And Michelle will tell you a lot of times. I ask her like, where is your most likely person to get diamond going to be, and then I'll look into the sponsorship drill down, and we'll figure it out together.
I like every time I sign a coach, like a coach, not a discount coach, but a coach, I always message Brian and okay, help me here. Where should I put? So don't message me and we'll figure it out, or message Brian because you might as well.
And that's fine. I get all the time, like, you're probably busy or this or that. And I'm not that busy. So trust me, I'm busy. Of course, everybody has a life, right? That's fine. But I am never too busy to help out with this because I really want you guys to, like I said, it takes a lot of effort to build a strong business. It's going to take you a year or two to really get that maximum residual income. I want you to get the maximum out of it. So, if you have questions about it and if it doesn't make full sense, that's totally okay. Just message me and let me know how I can help you.
I'm gonna say, Brian. I'll speak for Brian. I hope not out of turn here, but he likes these kind of questions as opposed to some of the questions just on the board, like how many days are in the 21-day fix program.
I don't know if I'm going to go on record about that, Terry. Is this
you know what I'm saying? Those are questions
FAQ type questions, like the ones that are, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Probably. If you ever see me respond with just an FAQ, that probably means you should have checked the FAQ. Yeah. Or the Google. No, I'm just joking. It's tough. You work out? We have a guest.
Hi.
Amy worked out.
I did. I worked out.
I love it.
I did some body beast.
Body beast. Good.
I have to check to see if Hammer and Chisel.
She's checking in on me, I think. I think
I'm
she
just
doesn't.
saying hi.
Is Hammer and Chisel up yet?
It wasn't up this afternoon. We didn't have it. No.
Better hurry up.
Oh.
When do you think it will be up?
It was supposed to be. They said 24 to 48 hours. So that's for us though. And there was like a poll on the 5-star page, and a lot of the coaches hadn't seen it go up yet.
Well, Heidi, did you have another question?
It's really, it can wait probably a few months.
Oh, say it. We're here.
No, I was just, because it sounds like, you have your account, you have your husband's account, and then if you open up another business, are you checking? Oh, Hammer and Chisel. It's on my Beachbody on Demand.
Oh, she's gone.
I just refreshed it just to see, but it just sounds like, so am I going to be logging into three separate accounts? Like, how do you manage all that?
No, I mean, it's not. Well, Michelle, what do you think? It's not as overwhelming as it sounds. By the time you get there,
Like you don't have a choice, so you just do it.
Yeah.
Well, by the time you get there, Heidi, and I don't think it'll be that long, but by the time you get there, because they're talking about having like when you have multiple business centers, being able to link them within Coach Online Office and have an easier way to manage it between, besides having 3 separate logins like we have.
And
It's
you can see everything from your main one. Like you can see your drill down from your main screen.
Oh, okay.
Just if you want to do any sort of
Like place a coach or something, you have to be in that.
Yeah, like what? Okay, so what would happen is like you would get a you know how you have your Coach ID now?
Yeah.
Like when you get your second business, or you get a whole nother Coach ID, and like the whole system would run off that account. So yeah, if you want to place a coach like sponsored by your second business center, you have to go in that account. If you want to sponsor the coach on your first business center, you'd have to go in that account. It's convoluted. It's not like the greatest system in the world yet, but it's not all that. I think it becomes like second nature, really.
Okay.
And 90% of your retail would go on your newest business center?
Yeah, absolutely. Like that was one mistake we made. Like Amy's coach never told her to put all the retail on the second account. And one day I was probably I don't know where I was, but it just dawned on me why are we putting it on the second business center and getting the volume? Like, think about that. Like, a lot of you ladies are really great retailers, right? Like, you get lots of new retail Shakeology sales and challenge pack sales. So, it is a huge benefit to be able to get volume off of the sales on top of your commission. It'll make a huge difference. Just trust me. Like, sponsoring yourself is like sponsoring like a rock star coach.
We never put customers on our first business center
Never.
anymore. It just always goes to the second business center Coach ID.
And
But,
that counts for your Success Club, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a good point. So like all Success Club, all Elite Points, all that stuff flush up from the second business center or however many you have to the first.
So you don't have to worry about that unless you're signing someone to your husband's account.
Yeah,
then
that's-
your husband's going to get the point.
That's the only thing that sucks. Like Team Beachbody as like an MLM doesn't recognize like husband-wife teams. So like this was something that really kind of hurt Michelle's Elite Points this year was that she put a lot of coaches on Terry's account, and that didn't help Michelle because they don't give you. I really think they should give you that credit. I really think that they should allow you to combine, right? I know Michelle agrees. Yeah, so
Painful.
yeah, but if you look at like some other MLMs, they allow husband and wife teams and they combine things from whatever. They just don't allow it. But yeah, so they keep that in mind. Also, if like Elite or Premier is your goal for 2016, if you get this one rock star coach and you're deciding whether to put them on your husband's account or your account, if Elite or Premier is your goal, really kind of consider where to put those, because if you put that coach on your husband's account, that doesn't count for your Elite or Premier goals for 2016.
But sometimes you don't know.
And sometimes you don't know, but it's
you don't know when you sign something, so.
You never want your husband to go elite before you.
That is painful.
Oh,
Good
well.
job, Terry. Good job. I haven't.
Very impressive, I'd say.
But Terry is not going elite. It's a joke, but
But like if you get like that, Michelle knows. Like if you get, if you sign one really unbelievable coach, like Michelle made a humongous difference in our Elite Points that 2014. So you really want to just be mindful of that if you've got one that you just know is just going to be fantastic. Talk to one of us about it, and because that'll be one of the first things I ask you is like, what are your goals? Because sometimes it makes the most financial sense to put them on your husband's account, and other times it makes the most sense for rank or for your elite goals to put them on your own account. It's kind of it's a balancing act a little
and
bit.
lots of times you don't know. Like,
Most
Yeah.
of the time, when you sign a coach, you really don't know. It's kind of the guessing game, but
yeah.
And hopefully if they make Elite, then they'll invite you as their guest to a party.
I don't know, Terry. We're kind of putting him on the spot right now, but
Well, Amy took me, so maybe you better take Brian.
There we go.
I'm available.
Okay, guys, thank you. Thanks so much, Brian. It was
Yeah.
very helpful. I hope everyone got some info. Do you feel better about it?
Yeah, it was great.
Cool. Okay, guys,
Hey, night.
Go check out Hammer and Chisel. It's on Bod.
go to bed now. Thanks, Brian.
Okay, yeah, no
Bye,
problem.
guys.
Anytime. Take care. Bye-bye.
See you later.
See you later.